Welcome back to another daily explanation. Today we are tackling Leetcode 1510, Stone Game 4. Before we dive in, as always, if anything is confusing during the video, just drop a question in the comments and I will make sure to respond and help you out. Here is the problem page, but it's a bit wordy, so let me explain exactly how this game works. We have a shared pile containing n stones, and Alice and Bob take turns making moves, with Alice always taking the first turn. On a player's turn, their move consists of removing a perfect square number of stones from the pile, and it has to be at least one stone. This means a player can choose to remove 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and so on, as long as there are enough stones left in the pile to do so. If it is your turn and you literally can't subtract any perfect square without going below 0, you instantly lose the game. Our objective is to write a function that returns true if Alice is absolutely guaranteed to win, assuming both players make the best possible moves on every single turn. Let's walk through a super simple example, where the pile starts with just one stone. Alice goes first, and since 1 is a perfect square, she just takes the single stone. Now it's Bob's turn, but there are 0 stones left, meaning he has no valid moves, so Bob loses and Alice wins. Okay, what if we step it up and start with a pile of 2 stones? Alice goes first, but she can't take 4, so she has to take just 1 stone, leaving 1 stone in the pile. Now Bob is up, and he sees 1 stone left, which is a perfect square, so he gladly takes it. Alice is up again, but the pile is empty, so she loses, meaning for an input of 2, we should return false. When you see a game theory problem requiring optimal play where the only thing that matters is the current number of stones, dynamic programming is almost always the answer. The golden rule of these games is that you are in a winning position if there is at least one move you can make that hands a guaranteed losing position to your opponent. On the flip side, you are in a losing position if no matter what perfect square you subtract, your opponent will end up in a winning position on their turn. To build our dynamic programming solution, we start with the ultimate base case. If you start your turn with 0 stones, you lose, so 0 is false. From that 0 base case, we can calculate who wins if we start with 1 stone, then 2, then 3, building a list of answers, all the way up to our target number. We will be looking at the Python solution first to understand the logic, but I will provide the Java, C++, and JavaScript code at the end of the video. The approach is to create an array to store our answers, loop from 1 up to our target, and for each number test every possible square subtraction to see if we can force a loss on the opponent. Here is the complete code for the dynamic programming approach. But let's break it down and trace how it actually runs. Real quick, if you want to test this code out yourself without having to pause and retype it, you can grab it directly from leetcodeunlock.com using the link in the description. Now let's trace it. To understand how the code works, let's dry run it to find the answer for an input of 4 stones, starting with an array full of false values. The very first spot at index 0 represents 0 stones, and it stays false, because having 0 stones means you lose. When we evaluate 1 stone, our only move is to take 1, which leaves the opponent with 0 stones. Since 0 is false, it means they lose, making 1 a winning state for us, so we mark it true. For 2 stones, we can only take 1, which hands the opponent exactly 1 stone. We just calculated that 1 stone is a guaranteed win, so by giving it to them, we guarantee our own loss, meaning 2 stays false. With 3 stones, our only legal square move is to take 1, handing the opponent 2 stones. Since 2 stones is a losing state, handing it to them means we win, so 3 becomes true. Finally, for 4 stones, taking 1 gives them 3, which is a win for them, but taking 4 gives them 0, which is a loss for them. Because we found a path that makes them lose, 4 is a winning state, so we mark it true. When thinking about edge cases, the problem constraints guarantee we will always start with at least 1 stone, so we don't have to write any special handling for 0 or negative initial inputs. For our time complexity, we have a loop running n times, and inside that, we check square numbers up to the square root of n. This means our overall time complexity is big O of n times the square root of n, which is plenty fast enough to pass the time limits. For space complexity, we are storing exactly one array of size n plus 1 to keep track of our answers, so the space complexity is big O of n. A great key takeaway from this problem is that perfect play game theory problems can usually be mapped out like a state machine, where you use dynamic programming to build up the answers from the absolute simplest base case. I want to quickly mention that you've probably noticed this is narrated by AI, and I actually built this system to generate these explanations instantly, so I could study daily problems faster. And I've recently changed up the visual format to try and make them punchier and easier to follow. Since I'm sharing these to hopefully help you study too, I'd really appreciate it if you could drop some feedback in the comments on whether you prefer these faster, visual microslides. And just a reminder, I don't put ads or sponsorships in these videos. Alright, as promised, let's look at the solutions in other languages, which you can also copy directly from the link in the description. First up, here is the full solution written in Java. Next, here is the exact same logic implemented in C++. And finally, here is the dynamic programming solution for JavaScript. If you want to help support my ultimate goal of covering every single Leetcode problem, you can donate at buymeaboba.com/LeetCodeDaily. Please make sure to like and subscribe so you can get your streak done early, and I'll see you tomorrow.